All right, let's settle one of the biggest debates in personal finance, shall we? It's SIP versus FD, the ultimate battle for your money. We're going to put these two heavyweights head to head to see which one really deserves your hard-earned cash. So let's get right into it with a simple question. Let's say you decide to invest 10,000 rupees every single month for the next 10 years. At the end of that decade, which choice actually makes you richer? Let's find out. And bam, the results are in, and honestly, they might surprise you. After 10 years, your 12 lakh rupee investment in a fixed deposit grows to about 17 lakhs. Hey, that's pretty good. But the SIP? Whoa, that could potentially soar to over 23 lakhs. That is a massive 6 lakh rupee difference. So what in the world is going on here? How is that even possible? Let's dig in. Okay, first up in the ring, we've got player number one, what I like to call the SIP engine. This is a seriously powerful tool built for long-term growth. So what exactly is an SIP? Well, it stands for Systematic Investment Plan. And really, you can just think of it as investing on autopilot. It's a method where you put in a set amount of money, like our 10,000 rupees, into mutual funds on a regular schedule, maybe every single month. It's disciplined and it's automatic. Now, the real magic behind the SIP, why it works so well, comes down to two key ideas. First, something called rupee cost averaging. Think of it like you're shopping. When the market's down, that's a sale, your money buys more units. When the market's up, your money buys a little less. Over time, this smooths everything out so you're not trying to guess the perfect time to invest. And second, the incredible, unbelievable power of compounding. This is where your earnings start earning their own money. It's like a tiny snowball that you start rolling, and as it goes, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger all by itself. And what does that look like in real money? Well, here you go. With an average return of 12% a year, your total investment of 12 lakhs could potentially balloon to over 23 lakhs. I mean, that's a profit of more than 11 lakh rupees. That's the growth engine kicking into high gear. All right, now let's meet the other contender in this fight. In this corner, we have player number two, the FD Shield. And just like the name says, this one is all about playing defense, protecting your money. So, a fixed deposit or an FD, you've probably heard of this one, right? It's pretty straightforward. You go to a bank, you give them a chunk of money for a set amount of time. Could be a year, could be 5 years, and in return, they promise to pay you a pre-agreed fixed rate of interest on it. No surprises, no drama. Simple and predictable.
And you know, the main reason people love FDs is right here. You get a guaranteed interest rate. You know exactly what you're going to make, down to the last rupee. The risk? It's practically zero. And on top of that, your money is insured up to 5 lakh rupees. It's pretty much the definition of a safe bet.
But, and this is a big but, that safety definitely comes at a cost. Your $10,000 a month turns into just under 17 lakhs in 10 years. Now, that's still a profit of around 5 lakhs, which is not bad. But here's the real question you have to ask yourself. With inflation, the rising cost of everything, is a 6.5% return even keeping your money's value from shrinking?
Okay, so the intros are done, we've met the players, now it's time to put them side by side for the final showdown.
All right, looking at this head-to-head really clears things up, doesn't it? For returns, SIPs have the potential for 12% or even more, while FDs are sitting there around 6.5%. For risk, SIPs have market risk, for sure. FDs, almost zero risk. What if you need your cash back in a hurry? Well, with an SIP, you can usually pull it out anytime. But if you try to break an FD early, ouch, you're probably going to pay a penalty. And then there's taxes. This is a huge one people forget. The gains from your SIP are taxed at one rate, but the interest from your FD, that gets added right on top of your salary and gets taxed at whatever your income tax slab is. That could be a much, much bigger hit. So we've looked at all the numbers, all the features. But here's the thing. This was never about finding one single winner for everyone. The whole point is to figure out who the winner is for you. So I'm going to ask you straight up, based on what you've just seen, what's your gut feeling? Which one feels like the right tool for your financial journey? Are you leaning towards the growth power of the SIP or the rock-solid safety of the FD? Look, if you're still not sure, here's a super simple way to think about it. Step 1, what's your goal? What are you saving this money for?
If your goal is an emergency fund, money you absolutely can't risk and might need tomorrow, then the FD is your champion. It's safe, it's accessible. But if your goal is long-term wealth, like planning for retirement or your kids' college, something that's 5, 10, 20 years away, then the SIP is probably your best bet for that growth. And hey, if you just hate risk and can't stomach the market's ups and downs, you don't have to pick one. Why not do a mix? A little bit of both gives you the best of both worlds, some safety and some growth.
And I want to leave you with this one last thought, and it's maybe the most important one. Because at the end of the day, the real winner isn't SIP and it isn't FD. The real winner is the person who just starts, the person who starts investing today. So that brings us to the end. The choice is all yours. What's it going to be? Are you going to harness the power of the SIP or rely on the safety of the FD? The most important thing is that you make a choice and get started.